Hi, thanks so much for
Hi.
taking the time to chat with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I'm a big fan of your work. You've given so many characters their voice over the years, and I'd love to know just what goes into that process and how did you give Kitty Fairy her voice?
Mhm. Well, I thank you for that. I started when I was 13 years old, and I always knew that I wanted to be a performer, like from the age of 5 years old. And really, booking Hello Kitty, which was my first job, um, is how it all started with my career in animation. And it's really such a fun job. And every time there's an audition for another character, same with Gabby's Dollhouse, production will send you a drawing of the character, a brief character description, something called sides, which is a portion of the script, and then maybe a little blurb about the world or even a show Bible to let you know where your character is going to be living. And then you, as the voice actor, have to try to imagine what production would like that voice to sound like. And me, for my process, I like to do it myself in my home studio, always have long before COVID. And I usually give the production three choices for each new character. And I will sit there and edit it till it's perfect. And sometimes it takes me 5 minutes and sometimes it takes me 3 hours. You just never know. And then with that said, at the callback stage, it might get changed all over again. So you just have to sort of be willing to be organic and authentic and play.
So I'd love to know, what do you think your young viewers can learn from the show in general or from Kitty Fairy specifically?
I think young viewers can learn that it's okay to make mistakes, that there are multiple ways to try to fix certain problems or get certain tasks done, that different people have different talents, gifts, skill sets to help, and so working together is very important, and allowing people to do what they do best to be a part of some great puzzle is very important. And I think it's also sort of a nice side note for kids to really learn to accept and love and explore their imagination. You know, so much of today is spent on an iPhone or an iPad. So I hope it inspires people to play imaginations in their own dollhouses and do all kinds of fun arts and crafts, just like Mama Box, and maybe create their own little magical spells for the garden and really use their imaginations to sort of create this mystical phenomenon that is Gabby's Dollhouse.
So I'd love to know what drew you into these roles for Gabby's Dollhouse and what made you want to be a part of this series?
Well, initially, I really loved the writing, the message behind the show, the artwork. It was really, really cute. Also, I love working for DreamWorks, and I knew right away that the show was going to be special. However, I didn't know it was going to be quite this good. Like, I really do think it's a perfect show, top to bottom, and the cutest show I've ever seen. And so, had I not been part of the initial cast, I would have said I was drawn to the show because it's the cutest show I've ever seen. So, initially, it was just because I thought it was a well done show. I thought it was well written and I loved the concept. And I myself had a dollhouse as a kid that I wished would come to life. I'm sure that's a pretty common wish, but just to see creativity have that sort of freedom and execute it so adorably and wholesome and teaching kids without it being too lectury. Um, it's just like it's a really beautiful little show. I'm really proud to be a part of it.
Okay, so we know that you have done so many incredible voices over the years. I'd love to pick your brain and just know, do you have a favorite character or maybe most challenging character that you've provided a voice for?
My favorite character I ever did was Melody from The Little Mermaid 2. I was such a big fan of the original movie, and I used to run around impersonating Jodie Benson. So to get in the studio and sing with her was pretty special. And I definitely fangirled and broke out into tears. She was like, "Are you okay?" So getting to sing in the studio was pretty special. Um, Also, doing Batgirl next to Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy, like I was kind of pinching myself, is this real life? But really, all the characters I've done feel very special to me. Like I know how important Raven, Timmy, Bubbles, Harley, Twilight is. And now with this show too, these characters are like so cute and bringing families together. And Gabby's is like just sort of the next show in my world that I'm really proud of. That's just so sweet and wholesome. And there's enough comedy that the parents can sit down and watch it with their kids and really enjoy it. And the music is so good that I really love. Gabby's Dollhouse has the same magic of bringing people together as some of my favorites for sure.
Well, I think it's a huge testament to your talent because all these characters you've done have really just latched on to their
Mhm.
audience. So,
Yeah, it's
congrats on
true.
that.
Thank you.